Hi, welcome. It's Sue Parker and welcome to another video for empowered leaders in tech. And I've been asked a lot lately about leadership and to share some information and some guidance for people who are either looking to get into leadership or maybe you've recently become a leader and you just want to connect with others and understand if you're doing it right. So I wanted to kickstart this off with sharing four main skill sets that you need to be able to become a confident leader in the IT or data sector. There are broadly four areas. So let's delve straight in. And the first area is definitely technology and infrastructure. I felt this was a really scary area at first. In fact, I remember when I first was appointed as a head of BI, I was like sitting at my desk one day, my director walks past and then just comes and lands this question on my desk like, so Sue, this Redshift data warehouse, is this the right solution even? And I genuinely didn't know. At that point, I knew we were having some performance issues, but the actual reasons for that, the technology and all that kind of stuff that underpinned us, I knew very little about at that moment. So you'll know what it feels like when you're asked a question and you feel like you're supposed to know the answer, and that takes you back. You know, in that situation, I was new to role. I felt that I should know all the answers from day one. I was being given this opportunity. So it starts to sort of, that imposter syndrome starts to set in with that sort of thing. So what you do need to do is you need to have a really good understanding of the technology that underpins your department today, whether that's current version, whether it's legacy, what does it look like, what technology is it built on. But you also need to have a really good awareness of what's new, what's coming, what's available in the market, and how does that stack up against what problems you're trying to solve. So you need to get curious about the direction of travel for the technology in your area. That might mean having a weekly check-in with a particular publication online, checking out some well-known blogs, following some people here on LinkedIn even. Maybe joining webinars and conferences are really good places to learn about how the technologies are developing. Okay, then the second big area you need to focus on is understanding the business. And here I'm not talking about domain knowledge. That's the thing that I guess you feel really comfortable about, right? You've learned about how the business works and you have a really good feel for the processes involved. I'm not talking about that. I'm not even talking about building relationships with stakeholders, because you're a business analyst, project manager, you're probably already doing those things. I'm talking about understanding what the business goals are. What is your business, your company trying to achieve? The big picture stuff. Where are they headed? What are they excited about? What is your managing director or your CEO wandering around the building beaming about? Is it about a new acquisition? Is it about a partnership deal where you're doing a new product launch or something like that? What is it that they're getting really excited and enthusiastic about? Because that is the thing that you need to be aware of and your department needs to support. You don't sit in a silo in IT, although some companies do have you do that. That's not how it works. You need to be supporting the business strategy, and to do that, you need to understand it. And I hear one of the questions come to me a lot. How do you do that when you're not even sat at the table? So you're not there to hear these conversations go on, to know what the next big thing is. You need to find ways to give them the message, to communicate with them, to tell them that your department is there to support those goals. And what can your department, your team, and you do in your role that will help them achieve their goals faster, better, or more accurately? What is it that you can do? Once you've built that level of trust and they believe that actually by helping and working with this team, they will really help us to succeed, you will gain the understanding, the in-depth understanding of those goals, and that will help you to get as excited as they are about the same sorts of projects. So that's number 2. So quick recap, we've had understanding your technology and infrastructure and understanding the business. Okay, number 3, your technical people management. This is not like any other role. And when I say technical people management, I mean anybody who works in your IT or data function. Yeah, project managers, business analysts included, even if they don't call themselves technical. You know from your own job, you work in technology and you expect or want to be trained, coached and supported, right? you want to do new projects, you've got new tech ideas that you might want to try out, or you want to have exposure to these new things. If you don't develop your team as a technical team, you've got several issues there. You're going to stay legacy. Your systems are going to stay legacy. All the work that you do is going to be old, and that's going to affect your ability to scale. It's going to make it very expensive when you do need to start to move forward, because you're going to be transferring so much stuff onto new systems. But also, you're going to struggle to grow your team, because new skills people do not want to get jobs working on old technology. Everybody's out there looking for people who are progressive, forward-thinking, working with the new technology that doesn't have the cumbersome issues of old. So you need to have a team that you're developing so that they're telling you about the new tools, weighing up the pros and cons, and also working in a more modern way all the time and improving and developing themselves, and then telling you, actually, our database needs an upgrade. Oh, okay, our database needs an upgrade. I know that now. It needs updating. Or our version of Tableau is outdated, or there's a new connector and you can now connect via Databricks into a data lake. Whatever it is, you need this to support those people in your team in developing and being enthusiastic, curious, interested, whatever it is that keeps them progressing, and support that. Finally, number 4 overarches all of this that we've just talked about. We've got our tech and infrastructure, we've got our people management, our technical people, and we've also got our business understanding. And overarching that is your IT or data, even strategy. You've got to have the vision of where all this should be headed. Get out of the weeds, because they can be friend or foe, the detail. And I spent a long time in the detail when I was a new leader. I thought I needed to know it all. I thought I needed to have that detailed answer just in case I got asked a question about that project. But the reality is, by doing that, I couldn't get high enough to understand where we should be going. And this, like any good project, you always start with the end in mind. And a strategy is no different. You have your business goal here, which you're supporting. So underneath that business goal is, what does the goal for the IT function or the data function look like to support that business goal? And then over here, you've got your current architecture, your current technology, your current staff skill sets. And then all the pieces in between is how you're going to get there. It might be involving that new technology we talked about. It might be upgrading your existing one or expanding it. And then as a final bonus skill, number 5, I would say it has to be growth mindset. You need to have the mindset to know that just because you don't know it today does not mean you can't learn it and strive to develop that area. And that's exactly what you need. You're going to self-reflect a lot when you're a leader. You're going to have this incredible development of self-awareness that means you're constantly questioning whether you're making the right decisions. And when you do that, you need to have the growth mindset to know how you can develop and that you can develop. You're not in a fixed place. So I hope you found that really useful, and I would love to have your other questions around leadership for this season. So drop me a comment below and tell me, which of these skill sets do you think you need to work on the most, or that you find the most interesting? Take care and have a fantastic week, folks. See you soon. Bye.